evening. Good evening. It is summertime and we are in the studio. We're so glad to be in some cool air. We've been outside all week at our 20th annual track and field camp. That's at
Yes.
Saucon Valley High School. So it is summertime. It's a good thing that it is. This is my favorite season.
Mine's too.
Yeah.
It was pretty hot today too.
But we also had on our sunblock, so we were good, right?
Yes.
Stayed hydrated and all that good stuff. So look, this evening we have a special show, and every show is special, but I think this show is extra special because we have the opportunity to talk to you about summertime fitness. Tyrone and I are really fitness enthusiasts and fitness extraordinaires, and so our goal today is to help you get in that summertime jam mood and get you ready to be ready for a healthy and fit summer. So I am Joetta. I am the co-host of the show, and as you all know, I'm a four-time Olympian, a businesswoman, an author, and I am excited to be here. And also, you met my co-host already, Tyrone Johnson, a first responder firefighter. He's retired after 25 years of fighting fires in the city of Newark, and the state would be New Jersey. He is also a director of our track and field camp that we are still in session with, and we are live in studio today. I want to give a little shout out to our studio. Bizone Creation is a multimedia design agency, and you see the website. You can go visit the website, take a screenshot if you want pictures, if you want a website designed, if you need photos for a wedding or anything, check him out. He's right here in Bethlehem, and it's Bizone Creative.
Yes.
So here we are. It is a very hot day outside, about 95 with the index.
Yeah.
And we're going to do what we call summertime fitness. This session is being sponsored by the Currnt, and that is the Currnt. It's CURRNT, no E. They have jewelry for every moment. So visit them. They're sponsoring 4 segments this month. All of our sponsors always sponsor 4 segments. And this segment will be summertime fitness. So we want to thank the Currnt.
Yes, thank you, Currnt.
And for having the wisdom and foresight to be a sponsor for this month of July. This is going to be exciting because we're going to do 3 sessions like we always do. We always do 20-minute sessions, but this will be get up, it will be set goals, and then it will be get it done. And at Jotyme Fitness, we want you to get it done. We always say we meet you where you are, and we want you to be where your feet are. So this evening, your feet are in front of a screen, in front of a TV, in front of your phone. Get those minds ready, get the mind ready to receive all of this wonderful fitness information.
And as we go through the 3 segments, we're going to have a check-in. So when the check-in comes in, that means we're going to ask y'all behind the screen to come up and say something about that segment. So the get up segment, once we start talking about it, if you have a question or comment, raise your hand, and then we'll do the check-in. And you could come and just tell us a little bit about what you're doing in those 3 different segments.
Yes, this is informational. So we give you information, but we want to hear from you this time. So we look forward to hearing from you. So we're just going to kind of start right out there. We're going to start with the get up. The get up is basically emotional, spiritually, and physical. So we want you to get up emotionally. That's kind of like get your mind right, get your mind right, get your emotions right. So often we were in COVID for such a long time, and people got down on themselves and they just didn't know what they were going to do. So emotionally, you were drained. Summertime is the time for you to be revitalized. So that's what we want you to do when you're being emotionally connected. I always tell people emotionally, sometimes we have roller coasters, but I try and stay evenly keeled. And what I do when I'm having some roller coasters, I think about things that I was happy about in the past. And I bring that into my lifestyle now, so I don't let it get drained by negativity.
Yeah, and it's so funny today. One of the campers said to me, Mother Nature's not real. And I said, Mother Nature's not real. I said, there's 4 different seasons. And I explained to her, I said, Mother Nature works in different ways. The fall season is when the leaves fall down and, things come off the trees. The winter time is the dead season where everything, different areas of the world. But where I live in New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, things freeze up, they die, whatever. Springtime in March, things start to spring back up through the ground and everything like that. So right now we're in the season of summer. Summer, just like the song said, summertime. The sun is high in the sky, the weather is hot, the trees are blooming and the birds are singing. And what I want y'all to start doing is go out and get some nature. Like behind closed doors, that's your safe haven. And that's some things that keep you, isolated. But go outside, like Miss Joetta said, we're coming out of COVID. So let's not have that mentality that, I got 2 vaccines or I got checked out in this, but I'm still going to stay distance away. You can do that if you want to, but get some fresh air, because all of that oxygen and fresh air goes into your system and it makes you feel better. So that's the get up that we want y'all to do. Open the windows, get some fresh air, go for a walk, get up in your mind, make some things happen right now for you. If you have never walked a mile, get up and just walk 5 minutes one way and 5 minutes the other way. That might even be a half a mile. Just do that. Go to the mall, walk around a pond, in your mind, like Joetta just said, get up in your mind, where a lot of times we do this couch stuff and watch stuff on TV and everything is sitting down. Stand up, start moving around, move your arms, get your body up and start feeling better. Your spirits will start feeling better, everything. Right. That's where we want to get you right now in this moment.
And then we talk about emotionally getting up, and then we talk about spiritually getting up. The first thing I do in the morning when I get up, I'm thankful. So I get up and I praise God, and I do a Bible scripture, yes, and I do some lavender, some oils, and I inhale that, and I get my mind settled. So spiritually, whatever it is, you get connected. If it's praying, if it's candle, whatever you do to get you connected to the universe, know that there's something larger out there. And if you're not connected before you go out there, you don't know what's going to happen. So get yourself spiritually grounded, and you can journal during that time too.
Yes.
I like to journal a scripture, and then I say, how am I going to apply that scripture to the rest of my day? Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing I do. So we talk about getting up emotionally, getting up spiritually. And sometimes, when we talk about emotions, we're going to get up, but then we get down.
Yes.
And so again, it's like a roller coaster. But what do you do, Tyrone, when you have a propensity to stay kind of even keeled? I very seldom have seen you go up and down and all of that. You're very even keeled. But there are times when you do go up, yes, or go down. So what do you do to kind of get yourself back to your level of neutral?
Well, for me now, I talk a lot, and like when you say I'm a mental coach and I could get people going. For me to get going, it's the same thing. I thank God as soon as I wake up, I do my little prayer, I wash my face, and I drink water. So before I even start going, I do my little exercises. Like I jump up, get my heart rate going. I do my little side bends. I do my good mornings. I do all of those things. But before I even step out the house, the first thing I want to say to myself is, Ty, you're going to have a good day. And even if the day don't start off good, I'm automatically saying I'm going to have a good day. Joetta used to always say, yeah, we're extraordinary. I know the things I've done in my life that made me a certain person. But when I don't reach that extraordinary level on that day, I already start off as normal. I want to be right here.
Right.
Some people today, one of the campus said to me, I'm not having a good day. And I said, why are you not having a good day? I didn't come in first in that race. Then they did something else. I came in last. And I said, so that don't mean that you're not having a good day. That just means those people are having a better day. These little kids might be, that's their thing.
Right.
Speed.
Right.
So maybe you could beat them in bowling or something else. But yes, just because you didn't start off winning, your day's not over with. Right. That little couple of hours you spent with us learning track and field, when you go home, you might do something fantastic. Right. So don't put in your mind. I always like to take a lot of things out of my mind. I never wake up saying, I'm tired. I don't feel well. This blood pressure's high. Oh man, I hate
Really, I know.
I never ever start my day off like that, because when it does come, I'm prepared for it. I told Joetta, my greatest strength, I think, for me, was working in controlled chaos. So imagine being in a space where even a storm, are we going to take a storm that's coming up the East Coast now? I was the first responder, USAR trained, everything. I'm sitting there with all this equipment ready for the storm. Other people preparing to lock their windows up, get their food, get their water, or make a beeline out of town. I'm sitting there in a truck with all my tools waiting for the storm. Now the storm is coming and I'm preparing myself. So do that. You know, like right now, we just said COVID is opening up a little bit and people getting vaccinated and, you know, the things are coming down. So get prepared for that next round. Get ready for it. Write things down, put it on a vision board, put it in your notes, put it in your mind. I'm going to be this way in another week, in another month, by the end of the year. Everybody has resolutions January 1st. Some of y'all let it go, you know, early. So to get up, I want y'all to get up now. Don't worry about tomorrow, next week. Worry about right now, today. If you got to get up today or the first thing in the morning, get up and start something new. Start something over. Start something fresh. That's just getting up.
And we're talking about starting something new and fresh with the COVID and people going back to work now. You have to physically get up and get prepared to get dressed to leave the house to get back in that same space. So it's so very important for you to realize that the way you were for the last 18, 19 months, that's going to change. But change is good. So when we have the new change, we need to make sure that you understand that just because it's changing doesn't mean it's bad. It means that it's good, and you have to be prepared for that change. So let's get up and let's get back out there. Let's get back to work. Let's do emotionally and spiritually connections, and then physically. I think it's important to do something physically in the morning before you go, some type of exercise, some type of stretching, something that's going to release and relax your body prior to you leaving the house. Now, a lot of people try and do things while at the end of the day, they go to the gym. But I think there's nothing like if you can, get up in the morning and do something to get your body ready for what you're about to get into. And also when you're at work, too, you know, you sit down, you're going to go back to sitting down and at the desk and stuff. So again, it's important for you to do some type of physical activity. And 20 minutes is what we kind of recommend. But if you have time to do more, that's fine. But 20 minutes seems like a good time for us to be able to get something again prior to going to work.
And start with words of affirmation. You can go online or you can have a book or just say, I feel good. I feel amazing. My levels are great. Put music on. I like jazz. So I put music on and it soothes me and gets me going. Some people like fast music, club or something to get them started. Whatever you're going to do, you know, start to do it now. Don't wait, you know, because right now, don't wait. That's the only thing I don't want people to do is because I don't, the words that people say to me, I listen to. I always tell Joe, I listen to the first things come out of people's mouth. So when people are saying, I'm about to, and I'm saying, whoa, about to what? I'm about to start going to the gym. No, Say, I just started the gym or I'm doing the gym. Or you got a gym in your house. But I don't want to hear, you know, me, because I've been coaching and mentoring for so long. Let me know when it's happening. And then let me know, T, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, I just walked a mile. I just did something. And now I'm with you. I can walk with you. I could talk with you. I could do those things. But if you're still behind me, that's not getting up. You got to get up.
Mostly. And now we had some people to chat. You had a chat come across that kind of made you smile. So let's.
That was just a comment by Sharon, and it was funny.
Oh, okay.
You know, we went to the camp today, and she said we're looking a little chocolate. So I like that. Thank you, Sharon. But right now we're gonna
put some sunblock on. No, we did have our sunblock on. So that's important. We got up and took that to camp today.
We're gonna do a couple of things right now. We're gonna actually do a check-in in a minute.
But we want you to mention our sponsor again. The Currnt is our sponsor. As we said earlier, without them for the month of July, we would not be able to put these segments in. So what we do is we ask different sponsors, and now people are coming to us asking to be part of our show because they realize how many people we're reaching. They realize the fact they can advertise. If you are with the company or you have a company and you want to find out how you can be a sponsor of our segments, just contact us at jotimefitness at gmail.com. That's jotimefitness at gmail.com. And we can tell you all the good news about what we're doing and how to contact us. And we have an app, as you know, but we're going to get to that app a little bit later on in the show. Now, we have something you talked about earlier. We have a new segment. So we want to talk about the checking in. What are we calling it?
The Jotyme check-in segment. So right now we just went through the get up segment. So I need somebody to come on and tell me how did they get up, if it was January, if it was yesterday, if it was now or tomorrow. How are you going to get up and start, fresh or over or continue to do what you're doing? So somebody give me a hand raise and let me know what your get up is.
What your get up is. Emotionally, it could be an emotional get up, a spiritually get up, or a physical get up. But this is where we want to reach out. And if you want to put in the chat, that's fine too. We'll just read it off. And I think sometimes when we ask people to do stuff like this, which we ask for questions, sometimes they don't. But I think by doing the Jotyme check-in, we're holding you accountable. So let's see.
Okay, we got Sharon hand up. Can you unmute Sharon right now?
Hello, Jotyme Fitness.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, so I was really having a hard time balancing going back to work and then being in school. And I like to walk, but I don't like to walk in my neighborhood. I like to go a place that's 20 minutes away. And so what tends to happen is, like Joetta said, I'll wait till the end of the day, like today, when I've had a long day and I'm really tired. But over the weekend, I go and it's the best thing. So I want to check in that I walked 3 times last week after not walking for, I guess, about a couple months.
Wow.
And so I'm excited about that. So tonight after this, I'm going to go upstairs and get on my bike. So that's, and you can hold me accountable.
And that's what we do, right? Hold each other accountable. And she's going to get on her bicycle. And that's her physical check-in. So it doesn't matter if it's spiritual or emotional or physical.
Yes.
You have to get up. And that's what she did. So once you start, continue. We can make a bunch of excuses as to why we're not going to do something. But we want you to get up and make a difference, not only in the lives of others, but start making a difference in your life. So often we're trying to help everybody else, give everybody else information, give everybody else time. We need to get up for ourselves. So that's that segment. Get up for yourself. And I'm glad you're going to hold you accountable for that, Sharon. Boy, I wish we had more time, but we just got to keep moving. And we have a lot of hands up and people want to ask questions. But now we're in a set your goals. I'm a big person to setting goals. I like to set goals. I like to write my goals down. I have vision boards. We talk about that all the time. Sometimes, as you know, your vision boards have four quadrants. I'm like, I want 8. I don't want to just have 4. I make as many as I want to make. So when you set up your vision board, you set your vision board up the way that you want to, but you have to be accountable for those goals and those visions that you put on that vision board.
I know Joetta has different letters that she does a lot. Mine, I remember saying 5 years ago, I always have 5 Fs. And I always stick to them. And I want to see on a daily basis, how close am I in that, realm. So, faith is always my first one. So my faith in God, my faith in the universe, and my faith in mankind at times. I give up on them, but I got to still have faith in them. Then I go with family. Family first, Family, I always check in on them. I check in. Remember that check in. I check in on my family. My sister's up from Florida. She surprised me over the weekend. She drove up. I wanted to see my brothers. All of us are retired firefighters and captains and first responders. And we sat at the house and that's Sheila. She just popped on. And we had a good time, talking because, she drove up. Her and my brother Timmy, they drove up. Then the next one is my finances. I always want to check and make sure that I'm able to not only help myself and survive, but I want to help other people around. Me and Joe, we do a lot of stuff, for different people, donations and things like that. Then I go with friends. I go with my friends. Joe's been my friend for over 30 years. So we've been friends, and that's a big thing for me. And then the last one is my fitness. So my fitness has to be on a daily basis monitored. So a lot of times I check those 5 F's off, and I come back and I start smiling because sometimes I'm over that bar, and I feel good. Like right now, I feel the best I've ever felt and I'm 56. So no anything. I don't have any problems going on. Finances are good, family is good, fitness is good, faith is good. So do those things. Find out what your 5, strengths are, or your 5 to do things should be. And that'll help you out. Those are my goals. My goals are set every year, January 1st. And I recheck them December 31st. And when I meet them, I reset another goals. Because people always tell me, how do you get in your perfection? My perfection is always through God. I've never threw a 300 in my life, but I threw a 290. A perfect score is 300. There were barriers in track that I didn't get. I never broke 150. That's a barrier. I ran 152. So a lot of times, when people say, well, what's your money status? And how did you ever, what's the most you made in a year? And I had goals. So make your goals your goals. Nobody else goals but your goals.
And I think that when you share your goals with people, it holds you accountable. Now, you can't tell everybody everything you're doing, because by you doing that, sometimes you get negative people saying things that will get you emotionally down. So it's important when you're setting those goals to share them with like-minded people, or people who won't get in the way of your vision. Tyrone had his 5 F's. I have my P's. Have a purpose. You get prepared. You're patient. You get perturbed. You persevere. And then I say you pray. And that's what I do all the time. And when you set a goal, some people say you set goals that are attainable, and some people say you set the goals that are way out there. I'm one of those people that I like to set a goal based upon where I am in that part of the season of my life. So right now I'm setting fitness goals, financial goals, business goals. My daughter's off in school already, so that's kind of shifting. But I always do use my 6 P's, because by having those goals are always going to be there. They're going to switch, but those 6 P's will always be prevalent in my life. So the challenge that we have for you is that for you to, if you want to put in the chat some of the things that you do. He has his 5 F's. I have my 6 P's, and believe me, I have some other acronyms too, and other letters. Well, what are your 5 or 3 or 6 things that you do? Put it up in the chat so we can kind of share those with other people. And then when we set goals, we have nutritional goals, we have food goals, water and vitamins. Those all have to be incorporated in your life. Tyrone is really good at talking about different nutritional things. So could you give them just a quick overview of some food, some water, some vitamins that they must have when they're setting goals?
Like when you first start out to reset your body, your inside, and I told you before, one of the things that I did post-COVID was I had to get all of the, the stuff that they gave me out. They gave me a lot of different things, steroids and stuff, to get me up, but I still need to flush my system. So when I went to the prebiotics and the probiotics, I did my homework. I always knew what they were, but to have them in my system to really fight off the bacteria I told you in your gut, that prebiotic and probiotic of bananas, nuts, grains, asparagus, all of those berries, I do them every day. My sister today, we went and grabbed a couple of things. The first thing I saw was cherries. I grabbed cherries. I did a banana. I do those things. But the main thing is water, the water intake in your body. Your body's 70% water. So a lot of times when people start walking around and their lips are dry or their skin is dry or you don't have a shine on your forehead, you're drying up. It's hot out there. I drink bottles of water. And Joetta also, my sister Sheila, we drink enough water to stay hydrated.
Right.
You know, I do Pedialyte. They got an adult Pedialyte. A lot of times people don't realize electrolyte. I haven't had Gatorade. Well, today I had a little bit, but I'm not a Gatorade drinker. I don't drink. I have not drank soda in 20 years.
Wow.
So I'm not a soda drinker. I never drink coffee. I only do teas over the winter time.
Right.
So the things that I need to pick myself up, I have to put something in because people tell me, no, I need the caffeine. I need the caffeine. I'm like, I don't need the caffeine. I need that water. I need, certain things. So what I want y'all to do is eat to live. Don't just eat to eat. Don't eat to get full. A lot of times, if you drink enough water, that's going to fill up your stomach. So a lot of times you're going to eat the 4, 5, 6 meals a day, the little small meals.
Meals, right? Not real
yes.
big
You don't have
meals.
to do big meals. People don't realize 2,000 calories a day is recommended and you won't gain 1 pound in that one day.
Right.
But what people do is they don't look at certain things. So in the morning, they might do 800 calories and they're not even paying attention. Sausage, egg, cheese, blah, 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 then orange juice and a bagel. Not realizing that's 800 calories. Then for lunch, a cheeseburger, Diet Coke or whatever, that's another 900 calories or 1,000. You're at 1,800 before you eat dinner.
Right.
So so by the time you get to that 5 to 8 o'clock dinner, once you put a steak in there or whatever, you're at 3,500 calories. And then guess what? You got to fall asleep. So falling asleep, you got to wake up. Waking up, that breakfast that we do is you're breaking your fast. Some people get up and start eating 7 o'clock in the morning. They just ate 10 o'clock at night.
And let's stop that point about the food. We're talking about food right now, and we're talking about water and vitamins. Food is very important. Summertime fitness, we're not eating. Well, a lot of people aren't really eating like they normally would in the summertime because they're just so hot.
Yes,
they're so hot. So they do more. Hopefully, doing more fruits and waters
and green stuff.
And vegetables. But it's so important as to when you eat your last meal.
Yes.
So we're talking about whatever kind of food that you're having. When you eat late and then you go to sleep, it sits on you. So let's be mindful of what time we're eating, what we're having at that time of night. And there's nothing wrong with having smaller segments of food as opposed to sitting down eating a 6-course meal every day, and especially at 7 to 8 o'clock at night. So let's try to set our goals to eating smaller meals more often. One of my assistants, Janine, she is a really big CrossFit person, and she told me that she eats something every 2 hours. But guess what she's doing? She's also working out and training a lot. So I'm not asking you to do that or suggesting you do that, but I am suggesting that you have smaller meals. And then if we have smaller meals, that will be better for you health-wise. So we're setting goals for nutrition. We're setting goals, that's water, food, and vitamins. With the sun being out now, winter time, we do a lot of vitamin D.
Yes.
But now, hopefully, out in the sun, you're getting some of that. But do you suggest you still use vitamin D?
Yes, because some people work inside and in a cool area a lot, or they're not in the sun enough.
Okay.
If you're in the sun after 30 minutes, you're getting a lot of vitamin D. But some people just walk to the car, go to work, and never get enough vitamin D.
Right.
So, between 1,000 IUs, some people up to 4,000, 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. But get the vitamin D, B12, that'll help you out. Magnesium, zinc, all of those things. It builds up your immune system and it gives you energy.
And you can also have food. You don't really have to always do vitamins, but sometimes we just don't prepare those meals.
No.
So if you do have your spinach and your broccoli and things like that, and if you're able to steam those, don't overcook them, that'd be really great. So we're talking about setting goals for nutrition and now an exercise regimen. Sure, I tell you, I've been fit or in the fitness industry as a professional athlete and now retired. It is so important to have a regimen. I think if you have a regimen and you do it daily or every other day and you have a routine, it works best. I am one of those people that like to be organized. So I just can't say, oh, today I'm gonna do this, or next week I'm gonna do this. I like a regimen. Today at this time I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
that works for
me. For you.
Yeah. So if you're not that, what do you call it, anal, if you will, you still need to have a regimen, an exercise regimen for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it's so important to stretch. Today, I got out there with my campus. I'm trying to still be youthful at almost 60. And I said, I'm going to run this 200 like I always do. And I didn't stretch. I didn't really do what I should have done. And I made sure, however, when I didn't stretch, I made sure that I didn't really run as fast as I could have because I knew I didn't stretch. So it's so very important before you get out there, regardless of your age, is that you warm up. By warming up, you're getting the blood circulating through your body and just getting your body ready to exercise.
Yes. So I'm gonna go to a check-in question right now. We have a question from Sheila. And the check-in question is, what advice would you both give if you hit a plateau with your goals, because sometimes there is little or no change? That is huge. That question, because everybody that I've ever trained or even doing things myself, you're going to hit a plateau. A plateau doesn't mean you're not going to go up anymore, but a plateau means you're almost doing the same routine every day. So what I did was I tried a little experiment with Joetta one time. She wanted to do push-ups. And it's so hard because I used to train so many girls to do the state trooper and firefighter. And when they first started doing it, they could only do 4 or 5 push-ups. They would plateau out. I mean, 10 would be the most. So every week I would call them and say, how you doing? The next week I did 10. The next week 11. I did 10. I did 11. So what I did was I brought them back down. I said, we're going to start doing some things outside of your norm. Stop doing push-ups. Start doing pull-ups. Start doing dips. Do different body parts to get ready to go. So when people start to plateau, for instance, I see people when they start to walk, they walk real fast and then they get real tired and they slow down. But now some people go around Woodway Park, which is 2.3 miles, and they kept saying, I can't break 30. And I'm saying, are you going up that same long hill?
Yes.
And they're going, yeah. And I said, stop going up that same long hill. Go backwards and go down that same long hill. And they come back and they do 26 a couple of times. Then they reverse and they go back up. Now they're doing 28 around the thing. Right. A plateau is almost like a roadblock. And if you don't know how to navigate over that roadblock, every time you get there, you're going to come there, wait till they move these barriers out the way, you're going to go through. It's a plateau. So try to figure out how can you navigate to get stronger, to get over it, to get stronger, to push it away. And those things happen with the same thing Joetta said. Your mind has to be right. Your spirit has to be right. And you got to work your body in a different way. Some people, they go, as soon as January 1st, go all out to March and they plateau.
And I think that the point here is that I want you to listen to what he said initially about the plateau. The question Sheila asked is that you're doing the same thing over and over again. So your body becomes aware of it, and it's called muscle memory. So in order for you not to plateau, you have to switch up. That's the key. You have to switch up your regimen. So what he didn't, Tyrone mentioned I was trying to do push-ups. Well, I could do 30 push-ups. That's not the problem. I was trying to do a push-up starting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is a total of 54 push-ups. So what happened was I just could get to maybe 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And then I would just have a block. So then what he said to do, well, you know what, stop doing the push-up exercise and do other things that work that muscle. So for you that are in the spot where you're not seeing any improvement, let's stop doing the exact same thing. You can't continue to do the same thing and expect another result. So there's so many different exercises that you can do. And if you want to walk, I always say when you want to walk or run or whatever it is longer, you start off by doing whatever you can, then work on going faster before you go up to the next distance or the next amount of time. So that's very important. So that was a very good question.
And one little thing that Joetta has never done, and I started to do it, and she watched me. She always ran hills, either running up, walking up. So one time I'm on the phone with her, and she said, what are you doing? I said, I will walk up the hill, 60 meters, come back down, then I will walk up backwards. And then she said, why you do that? I said, because everybody does this. So many people do this. Everything in front of them, they keep doing. What about doing reverse stuff? Reverse lunges, walking backwards, walking back up a hill, do backwards triceps, do stuff behind you. Everybody wants to have this phenomenal figure shape, muscled up in front of them. The back of you is more important too. So she started to do that. I started to see her body changing and this and that. And I was like, this girl is getting ready to just transform her body again.
And that's what's important for us to transform when we're setting our goals. There's a question for Leslie. Can you unmute Leslie and have her join the show? There's nothing like having someone be your coach, and that's why we want to do this fitness app. We'll talk more about that in a minute. The fitness app will be exactly what you need. It's only 20 minutes, and we have so many different exercises that the goal is for you not to plateau. So Leslie, can you ask your question?
Yes, please. Good evening, Joetta and Tyrone. Great show. This is for me, this show. I've been told that your metabolism doesn't boost until your first meal. I normally don't intake my first meal until after 12 noon. Does that contribute to my inconsistency with weight loss?
Yes. But guess what? Just because your first meal can be a protein shake, or your first meal can be water. Your first meal can be some type of substance. Your first meal does not have to be a meal. It can be, something small and short, a piece of fruit. That's your first meal. Your metabolism works through your bloodstream. So a lot of times people are doing this. They're waiting 10 hours to eat something. And right then and there, this metabolism is slowing way down, because once you do your first meal, you reset that metabolism. And now the whole time, 4 hours prior to that, you're drained. So when your first meal comes, it doesn't have to be a meal. It doesn't have to be a big meal. Right now, those people right now that really want to see a big difference in 30 days, go to 2-hour breaks, whatever it is. I don't care if you eat a piece of apple, 2 hours later, eat a pear. 2 hours later, eat some nuts. 2 hours later, eat some yogurt. Do that up until from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. And I guarantee in 30 days, you'll start to see a big difference in your metabolism. You'll start to lose weight by inches first. All of that is going to come. Because
that's an interesting point. You're saying doing it every 2 hours.
Yes.
So someone's probably thinking, suppose I'm not hungry in 2 hours.
But I'm not asking you to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm telling you to put snacks in it. Now, if you want to do snack at 8, snack at 10, and a lunch at 12, fine. Snack at 2 and a dinner at 5, fine.
That should be
but what you can't do is you just can't let your body starve or not eat that long. Even drinking water, because I told you, a lot of times you might be hungry, but you're really thirsty. So a lot of times just do this. Put the fruit in the water, whatever you like. If you like lemons, you like orange, you like mint, put that in the water. That one little bottle of water, you drink that, and in that whole 2 hours, you won't be ready to eat nothing, because now you just filled your gut up. But Leslie, for you right now, please go out and get a probiotic. If you get a probiotic, what it's going to start to do is all of that bacteria, that everybody has bad bacteria. I don't care who you are. It's from the buildings we're in. It's from the smog outside. It's from some foods and stuff we have on, because pesticides. Get that bad bacteria out of your system, and then start eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and you will start to eat clean and see a huge difference. If I was to work with you in 6 months just on those little small things, 50 pounds would be off of you like you never even thought it. I had guys that I worked with coming to take the fire department test, and they were 320. By the time I was done with them in 3 months, they were 275 ripped, because they just let the piece of the soda, all of that go, and they cleaned their gut out.
So thanks for asking that question. And if you do want more information about how we can help you and meet you where you are, that's what Jotyme Fitness is about. And our fitness that will be able to help you, and we'll meet you where you are. But everything has to take time. So you can't get frustrated, you can't get impatient. You may make an adjustment of 10 pounds right
Yeah.
away, and then you're stagnated. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. You stay focused at work. You stay focused as a parent. You stay focused with everything else. Stay focused on making sure that you are healthy. So this summertime fitness session, if you get nothing out of it, is about making sure that you are the best you could be, and stop spending so much time and energy on other people.
Yes.
So we're talking about Jotyme fitness tip. I am so very excited about this fitness tip because we all think we know everything about this area, the basics on blood type. So what Tyrone is getting ready to tell you and share with you is going to enlighten you, first of all, and then also make you aware that I need to make sure that I am putting the right stuff into my bloodstream. So Tyrone, if you can explain this just chart, that'd be
Okay,
great.
thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
So a lot of times, me being a first responder and a retired firefighter, I ask the new guys coming on the job, what's their blood type? Because we have to take a new photo for them. 90% of them don't even know their blood type. So by me giving my mother blood in 1993, I'm O positive. So everybody take a screenshot of this picture right now. There are 8 different blood types, 4 positive and 4 negative. Okay, so when you look at it, just look at that picture. So right now, I'm just gonna say what I am. I'm O positive.
Right.
So the only people I can give blood to are O positive blood types. O positive, A positive, B positive, and AB positive. Those are the only people I can give blood to. Now, the only people that can give me blood are O positive and O negative people. So if you're not O positive or O negative, I can't get any blood from you. Now we're gonna go to the other slide.
And you know
hold
what?
on one
Before
minute.
we do
Yes.
that, does everyone know their blood type? I'm B positive. And can you raise your hand
If you know your blood type.
Because we found out that most people don't know their blood types. So if you go to the doctor and for your physical checkup, please ask them your blood types and know your numbers.
Okay.
So we have some people putting their numbers in the chart. Okay.
So Leslie, Gerald knows her blood type. We got Coach knows her blood type. Okay.
Yeah, so that's good.
And I like that because like I said, it's so simple because you can go to your doctor. Hughes knows his blood type. Okay.
That's good.
That's whoa.
Way better than what we had before. So you go to the other
So
slide,
right
yeah.
now, I need y'all to do us a favor on Jotyme Fitness is to go next time you get a checkup, or either you don't even have to go to the doctor. You can actually call your doctor, your physician, and ask for your blood type. Get that blood type, write it down, put it in your phone, put it in your safe, put in your special notes. And then go back to that chart that I showed you to know who you can give blood to and who you can get blood from. And this chart right here is a very important chart because out of the 8 blood types, O positive people in the world, 1 in 3 are O positive. That means 39% of the world is O positive. And 34% of the world are A positive people, 1 in 3. Those 2 are the most common. Now look all the way at the bottom. AB negative is only 1% of the world. So 1 in 167 people are only AB negative. So that's a rare blood type.
And I was surprised at B positive. I always hear B positive. I would think that would be more people, but it's only 8.5. So
No.
wow.
Now listen to these stats. What does blood do? So I'm gonna tell you what blood actually does for you. Blood is a vitally important fluid in the body. It is thicker than water. That old saying,
Yeah,
blood is thicker than water.
That's where you get it from.
And it feels a bit sticky. And guess what? This is a very important fact. The temperature of blood in the body is 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 1 degree higher than the blood on the outside of your body. So the blood that's on the inside is 104, but your outside temperature is 98.6. You know, that's your body temperature. 99 might be okay. Okay, how much blood you have in your system depends mostly on your size and your weight. So for instance, a man who weighs about 154 pounds has about 5 to 6 liters of blood in their body. So right now I'm 189. I have about 6 liters of blood in my system. Okay. The blood transports oxygen from the lungs to the cells of the body. So that's a really important note, that the blood transports the oxygen from the lungs to every body part in your system. Okay. I'm gonna tell you, this is a really important fact also. The individual parts of blood, there are 4 individual parts, okay? You have the red blood cell, the white blood cell, the platelet, and the plasma. Blood is made up of plasma and blood cells. That's all blood is made up of. Blood is made up of 55% blood plasma. So 55% of your body is blood plasma, and the other 45% are the other 8 blood cells in your body. That makes up 100% of the blood in your system. Over 90% of blood plasma is water. Over 90% of that blood plasma is water, while less than 10% consists of dissolved substances, mostly proteins. So when I say the protein again, you're only getting 10% of protein. That's why every day I put 30 grams of protein in my system, because if I'm running, working out, jumping rope, I'm burning off that little 10%. So I got to put protein back in my system. And the last bit that I want y'all to just know is that, please, again, go get your blood work done, go get checked out, know what your blood is, know that blood in your body is 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So when a lot of times people are feeling sick, tired, like right now, people are becoming so hot outside, and guess what? Your body's warming up and that blood in your system is going up past 100, 104, 105. That's why you get the migraine headaches and you feel like you're passing out. But you got to put the electrolytes, all of those different things back in your system to cool down. Always put something cold in your neck, ice or whatever, get in the shade and start rehydrating yourself with fluids.
Right.
That'll calm you back down and lower that blood pressure. When people don't know that when you have high blood pressure, that's the blood pumping out, and when it's coming back, it's coming in hot. You know, some things are making it, you know, disturbing your system. So get the probiotics and the prebiotics and get that bad bacteria out. Drink a lot of water. Your blood pressure will be down to 120/80. Joe's is usually 117/76. Mine is down now 118/78. So get the blood pressure down. Start to breathe a little bit better. The oxygen in your system is just going to make you feel like 100%.
And sometimes when you do that, you don't have to take all of this medicine.
No.
What we're trying to do at Jotyme Fitness, yes, we understand that some people do need medicine, and
Yes.
we're not saying stop. But there are some things that you can do that will supplement and eventually get rid of taking all that medicine.
Yes.
And the one thing people, that may have diabetes, the very first thing, once you find out that you have it, the doctor will ask, do you exercise? And most people say no, and they do not exercise. So then from there, it goes to taking this medicine, this insulin, and so forth and so on. Then they come back and they decide to exercise. Well, if you would have troubleshooted earlier, do some exercising earlier, you wouldn't have to put all of that negative toxic stuff in your body. So what we want you to do at Jotyme Fitness is to know your numbers, know the importance of your blood, go to the doctor, and as Tyrone said, we want you to eat to live, not live to eat. And with summertime here, cookouts are coming back, people are doing their great recipes and cooking all this stuff. You are living to eat. We want you to eat to live. So we have something too when we talk about our 3 segments. Does anyone have a question? And we want you to also check in.
Yeah.
Jotyme check-in. So right now, the Jotyme check-in for setting goals. Does anyone want to talk about a nutritional goal, a food goal, water goal, what they're going to do with the blood work that we discussed? Does anyone have anything they want to put in the chat or raise their hand so we can see? Because it's important for us to hold you accountable. So the Jotyme check-in is a way for us to hear what you have to say and to hold you accountable. Sharon was going to do her walk. So that was for the get up. So does anyone want to share something with us for the goals with the Jotyme fitness part?
Okay, I need a hand raised to let me know that somebody's gonna have a goal at least for this month. We can take off the check-in,
Yes.
so I can see if I can find anybody that's gonna
Raise their hand.
give me
And
a
if you
goal.
don't, we'll come back a little bit later on because the next segment is getting it done. Oh, there's a hand there.
Jackie, can you unmute Jackie?
Did she disappear?
No.
Jackie, okay, welcome to the show.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was just raising my hand to say that I was going to make a commitment for the next 30 days, but I'm loving everything that you're saying and I'm soaking it all in, and it's really good stuff. So thank you for sharing.
Well, what we want to do is, since we have you, before we go to Adrian, Jackie, you want to make a commitment for 30 days to do what? So we want to hold you accountable.
I'm going to watch my numbers. I'm going to make sure I stay hydrated. I'm going to move more. I'm going to try eating those small meals, he said every
2
couple of hours, I need an overhaul change from here.
Well, you know what?
Well, no, that's
yeah.
I like that because that's what you need. It ain't, sometimes you got to stop and get an overhaul, and that's what I said. The most important thing for you right now, before you get started, go get you a probiotic and clean that.
Oh, I have some. I do have those.
Thank you. Thank you. I remember you telling me you were going to get it. Now, do you know your blood type?
I do.
What is it?
I do A positive.
And
Okay.
you are
positive.
in the high range of the people in the world.
Yeah.
Good job.
So one more thing too that we can help you along with is that you're gonna do some proactive things. Write down, get a journal and start journaling what you're going to do every day,
Yes,
and
every
make
day.
sure that you do that. And that's
Okay.
how you hold yourself accountable. Every day, make sure you
Every
do
day.
that. Write in your journal, hold yourself accountable, and then we get back in touch with you with the app. I think the app will be very
Yes.
helpful. Adrian
Okay,
has
that's
a
great.
question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adrian has a comment to make. I think he's still, okay. Yes, thank you. Welcome to the show, Adrian.
Thank you. I'm going to try the 30-day challenge as well with the eating something every 2 hours. I have significant bad habits where I may go 12 or 13 hours without eating anything,
Yes.
just drinking water. Then the moment that my mind is free, all I want to do is eat. So I think that I'm going to try and change that in my life and see if I can make it happen and see what benefits come from it.
Yes.
And hopefully I can go forward from there.
And I think, Adrian, I want you and Jackie to do one thing. You both said this. I'm going to try. Let's take try out of your vocabulary because try gives you an excuse when you don't do it. So the word is, I am going to do this. So I'm going to do the 30-day challenge every 2 hours, and I'm going to journal, and I'm going to whatever it is that you want to do. So let's take that word try out, because I am confident that you're going to be able to do that. But when you use try, that just is a built-in excuse for you not to do something. So we look forward to you coming back on the show. Go to our email at jotimefitness@gmail.com and let us know how you're doing. So get it done. I want you to get it done. That's our third and final segment. We got up, we set our goals, and now it's time to get it done. And I'm a big person on getting it done. I tell people, I believe if you say you're going to do something, you do it. Don't blame anybody else. Don't make any excuses. So if you want to get your health better, if you want to get your finances better, if you want to get into summertime fitness, you cannot wait for anybody to get started.
And let me tell y'all something. I left the fire department September the 1st, 2014, 7 years ago. I left, I was 190 pounds. Today, I'm 190 pounds. I don't do nothing different. I can actually get down to 180, but the bottom line is I don't do anything different. I drink a lot of water. I get the appropriate sleep. And today, I was at the track camp at 96 degrees, and I had a granola bar and a banana. I got a sandwich for Joetta just today, and I have had a piece of a sandwich, but I drink a lot of water.
Yes.
So right now, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's important. When you say you're gonna get something done, you only have your word. And you have a word for everybody else. I'm gonna meet you here. I'm gonna meet you here. To get it done, you have to be committed to your goals, to your beliefs. So right now, you want to get it done, and whatever it is, put that in your journal. I want to walk. I want to get rest.
Yeah.
That is important. You know, we're moving around now. We're going to be more active. It's also important for you to get your rest. I don't get enough sleep. By that I say I very seldom get 6 to 7 straight hours of sleep. So it's my goal is to work and try and get, take that word out. Hold myself accountable. I'm going to get better rest. My mind is always going. When you go to sleep, you have to put that down. Just rest, be at peace. Say your prayers, get in your space, and go to sleep. What's going to happen tomorrow is going to happen whether you get 6 hours, 1 hour or not. So don't be anxious for anything. So be at peace with everything. So
and a lot of people have a lot of disease in their body. I call it disease. Disease, you break it up again. Dis-ease. You got, arthritis, bursitis, tendonitis, you got aches and pains, you got you got a lot of stuff in your system. Once you start flushing your system with the probiotics in the water, what I want y'all to do is, even if you're sitting down, work on the first part of your body.
Right.
I don't care if you get a water bottle, in this water bottle, lift the water bottle, hold it up for 5 seconds.
Right.
Get the water bottle and just do five of these, frozen, whatever, just do 5. Hold the water bottle out here. My arms, when I had COVID, I didn't have any type of, definition in my arms. I sat home and I would just do something like this for 30 days. Just with that, I would get bands and just pull them out and hold them. All upper body stuff. My legs were gone. I was tired. It was cold. Then I started to do simple things. I'm in a chair. I'm doing little simple things like this. Sit down, get up. Sit down, get up. Get your legs straight out. Lift them up, lift them down. Hold the side of your bed or your dresser. Lift one leg to the side, lift it to the other side, lift it behind you. These things you start doing every day. Put 5 minutes on, put 10 minutes on. That's it.
Put yourself first.
Put yourself first. Later, listen to something, have the TV on, put music on. And all day, you just do some things. Just keep doing them. Yes. Then the next thing you know, you're going to start developing different muscles that's starting to harden up again. Right. I was so soft 3 or 4 months ago. And
guess what happens also? You've been dormant. So now what's happening is you're going to start getting sore. You have to press through the soreness. So basically what we're saying in the get it done phase is to eliminate excuses. There are no reasons for excuses. I don't want any excuses from anyone. Put yourself first.
I don't care how old you are, how big you are, how skinny you are, how tired you are, how sick you are. Listen, you got to get it done. Right. We're up now. Get it done and write that journal down. I did 4 leg lifts. I did 5 this and that. I had 5 of these waters. I think I had 6 of these today. And I'm not finished yet. I'm gonna finish this one off and do 2 more.
Well, we're gonna come to a point now where we're not finished yet, but we're almost finished after this question from Leslie. So Leslie has a question, I guess, about getting it done. So we want to hear what she has to say.
Yes, I just wanted to commit to the 30-day challenge as well. Wow. And I am going to get it done. I am going to start July 12th. And the reason I said that, on Monday, I want to have purchased my probiotic. Yes, I want to start my journal. I'm going to commit to the every 2 hours.
Yes.
And I am especially going to take my first intake of food, drink, or fruit by 9 a.m. so that I can start my metabolism. So I'm going to commit and I'm going to get it done. Thank you. I appreciate this.
And please keep us abreast of what's going on. Please let us know. We just want you to know that we had a different show today because we thought it was important that it was summertime and the sponsor of the Currnt was like, do whatever you want to do. And we said, you know what? we're going to do summertime fitness. And I'm so glad that you are on this show. If you want to see any of our replays, you can go to Jotyme, type that in on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to see this show tomorrow morning, and you can replay it. So what you can do is keep you accountable. Not only did you tell Tyrone and I, you
Wow,
told
I
everybody
know.
else on that show. When you're having a weak moment, you can go back to that. So you know what? I said that. And you can do some checks and balances. So right now we're at a point where you just want to say that we want to thank everybody. I know Tyrone wants to say something before we conclude, but
Yeah, I'm just so proud of everybody that have been following us for the last couple of weeks and, you know, are doing different things for yourself and changing your life and your spirit.
right.
Because a lot of times, me being a first responder, at times I didn't even think about myself. You know, I put myself second. But now, you know, I know in order for me to make it through the next couple of years and live a long, prosperous, healthy life, I got to put that stuff in my system.
Right.
So I'm doing those things. You know, I'm making sure every day I do my checklist. So do your checklist every single day.
And then what I want to say is that strong mind, strong body equals a strong future. I want you to put that in your journal. That's going to be the very top piece. Strong mind, strong body, that equals a strong
Yes.
future. And I know each and every one of you have a very strong future. I want to thank you again. As we always say, it doesn't matter what road you take or what you become along the journey. We look forward to taking this journey along with you in the month of July for summertime fitness and beyond. So thank everyone for checking in with us. We look forward to seeing you next week. And next week, we're going to do some activity. So put on your little tank top
Yeah,
and your
whatever y'all
sweatpants
gotta
and your
do.
sneakers. We're going to do summertime fitness. We're going to be up and moving. So at Jotyme Fitness, we meet you where you are. You need to be here next week at 5:30 with your fitness clothes on so we can get you moving and show you a little bit about what the app is about, the Jotyme Fitness app. Also, we want to thank Bizarre Creations for allowing us to be in their studio. It's been a pleasure to be here with them. And also our producer, Matt Sikowski, who does a wonderful job putting this all together. We always believe teamwork makes the dream work. So thank everybody for being part of this, and thank you for being here as well.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll see you next week.